for us because we meet every week and we go through a process where we ignite our intentions. So this is it, the Zap It Up show. I am your host, Jill Hoyrup. I am a psychic healer, and I'm here to help you. We're going to start with a little energetic release, and then we'll get right into our zapping. So let me know when you are here. I know we've got our regulars coming. So, hey, Estha, good timing. I was just like, where is everybody? Awesome, awesome. So, how are you doing? I know you're here. How's it going, Estha? Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods. We're actually having a sunny day here. Yay! It's been cloudy and rainy, typical, right? You're ready. Hi, Cheryl. Yay, you're here. Gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. How are things going where you're at? So we're starting, like I said, with a little healing release and energy clearing. I started adding these last week because of what's going on, because we are all, I don't know, you guys tell me if it's still happening for you, but kind of the ups and downs. I don't feel like it's roller coasterish. It might be for some of us, but I feel like it's just kind of random. So let me know kind of how it works for you with these moods and emotions and what's happening in your inner world and energetic world. I think a lot of us are still taking on the collective energies of what's going on, the worry, the fear, that kind of thing. So I'm bringing in our besties, our Black Tourmaline and Amethyst. Okay, so we're going to work with these to do our grounding. As the saying is going good for you, good. You love staying home. Yeah, I think it helps if you don't mind it. I think really the people that are always out and about and busy and need to be around other people, they're the ones struggling the most. Hi, Bobby. I'm gonna walk the dog and garden today. Awesome. I still want to make it to you to ride horses if your sister will let me. I don't really know anything, but I just love horses lately. Thank you, Estha. I've got the sun coming in and I have a light on over here, so maybe that's helping me. Look, are you liking the new background? Cheryl says it's going good. Sunny here too. Glad this popped up. Yeah, good thing. Perfect timing. Yes, random for me too. With the moods. Yep. Really joyful and hopeful, and then bam, anxiety. Yeah. Yes. I think also, I guess I should throw in, the unknown. There's a lot with the unknown. I know a lot of states are talking about, or maybe even countries too, are talking about maybe reopening a little bit and what that could mean. So we'll see how that goes for them. Hi, Lena. Hi, Gay. Welcome, you guys. So let's go ahead and start with a little clearing. Let's do some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we will connect up. So just the intention here that we're setting is for anything that's been bothering you, known and unknown, conscious or unconscious or subconscious or energetic, we're going to be releasing that. So if you physically, mentally know of something, then I want you to acknowledge that and, throw it forward, energetically speaking, so that we can, don't be throwing people or things. So we can go ahead and take that when we go. So let's see now. Let's see. I'm just tuning in a little bit to see how we want to do this. So I'm picking up a lot of thoughts. So if anybody is going down the rabbit hole with thinking, then let me know. Or, just acknowledge that, or I'm acknowledging that for you, that I'm picking it up energetically, that you're maybe spinning a little bit out of control. So let's tap in a little bit. There's a lot for everybody. I would say every one of us has the thought issue, the thought overwhelm to some degree. Some of us a lot more than others. So we are pulling, starting with that and opening the doors to release that. So for this, I'm using the black or the amethyst, okay, to help us kind of, I'm literally hearing the word rototill. So rototiller like stirs up the soil. So I'm hearing rototiller. I'm seeing one in our brains. So for what that's worth, we're getting a rototiller on our head. So keep that in mind as we go through here, and just imagine anything that you've been worried about, anything that doesn't feel right to you, anything that you've been spinning on in your brain. So when I say brain spinning, I'm talking about those repeat thoughts that just take you, they take you somewhere and then you just keep replaying them. You're spinning them over and over and over and you're stuck in this spin, okay? Is anybody experiencing that? I'm going to stop here for a little commercial break because I need some water. I feel like I haven't really talked yet this morning, so I think my voice isn't really working for me yet. Okay. Gay says, I'm in a much better space than I have been, but there's always more I can release. Absolutely. Bobby's like, sorry, that's me, rototilling. I thought of you too. I was like, are you going to be rototilling today? Tell me. Literally. Okay, there you go. It is you. Okay. Master Psychic right here. All right. Esther says, yes, me. Cheryl was saying, hi, I was seeing spinning chakras just prior to your rototiller comment. Rototiller mixes ingredients in too. Oh, good. Good point. Great healing and rejuvenation. Perfect. Lena says, I am. Essa says, that's my one problem. Yep. Okay, let's take care of that. Obviously, that was one that needed to be addressed today. So here we go. Let's see here. What else can we do? So let's actually use this now. We're going to use this amethyst and let us, let's see what we want to do. We're going to take a like a laser light of this energy of this amethyst. So it kind of fits because amethyst helps us, you know, open our seventh chakra, right? And you know, being open to the spiritual realm and healing and things like that. So this is perfect to add to our, to help rototill up our brain. Wow. How do you like that description? Okay. So just imagine this infused healing light of amethyst now coming down, and it's actually just going to stay in that top of your head in your brain area. And it's what it's doing, what I see it doing, at least you tell me what you see or feel happening, but I feel like it's getting in, it's like zapping into our head to all these little places that the rototiller has rototilled up. And I can't wait for the description on this video, like rototiller healing, right? Oh my goodness. So what I see it doing is now that the rototiller's gone in and mixed things up a little bit for us and loosened everything up, this is going to come in and do you hear my voice going? And it's going to zap it. It's going to zap it into those areas, okay? So we're literally going to be having this amethyst energy coming in to fill, you know, kind of, I always say nooks and crannies, like the nooks and crannies of what's been happening in our brain, okay? So just so you know, this is useful. Freaked out because we're doing brain work. Like we're just loosening things up, unraveling things so that we can release, okay? So I'm just holding this for some reason, so I feel like some of you might need to see it. Bobby's seeing images of cool rippling water. Cool. Very awesome. I love it when water comes through because it's so soothing for one, kind of baptismal for two, and flow for three. So anyway, that's kind of why I dig water. Okay, Couple more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So let's see. We're going down. I'm checking to see what kind of layering we're doing here. We're not doing any more layers, but it's still going. It's still going, but we're going to keep, while the brain does its thing, we're going to continue with our healing release process, okay? So we'll just let that run in the background while we keep going, and just doing kind of an energetic scan for everybody to tune in to see if anything's like staying stuck that needs some help releasing. Really, it feels like the majority of everything is in our brains. So the other thing I want to check in on is what kind of thoughts are you having? Like, I'd like to know what percentage is positive versus negative, okay? Hi, Katie. Hey. So that's the next thing I'd like a little report on, because if it is more negative than positive, this is your time to start getting in a little bit more conscious control. I mean, you're with yourself all day, and you may or may not be working. You might have a lot more downtime than normal. So you really have the opportunity right now. I don't know why my voice is going. You really have the opportunity, right? My throat chakra is being upgraded as we speak. Really have the opportunity right now to tune into yourself, perhaps on deeper levels than you have in the past, and really start being consciously aware of what is going on in your inner world every day, every moment. And I say that because a lot of us have a lot more quiet time or downtime than we might normally have. We've been taken from a busy, scattered, highly active world into a world of, isolation or limited people around us or no people around us, and less activity, less interaction, less of everything that was all external before, right? So we're really getting the opportunity right now to experience our inner world, and we are in complete control of our inner world. But first, we may have to figure out what our inner world is doing, right? That's where our conscious awareness comes in, to notice what those thoughts are, notice what the repeat spinning old tape recorders are, or maybe they're new tape recorders of thoughts and patterns. So let me back up 1 second. So if we're in control of our creation and our reality, then right now in this situation with what's happening, we can either go to the negative or go to the positive. I mean, that is always the choice anyway, but I'm saying there's a consciousness that can come, an awareness that can come from what you're stuck thinking about right now. So that's why I asked if it's more positive or negative. So if it's more negative, then you got to get a grip on that right now and shift it. Okay, you're going to be reframing it. That'll be another. we'll do one on that. We should do one on that, because I think that's a big one right now for people with getting spinning out of control with unknown. When things are unknown and you head into fear, then you can just spiral down into all the unknowns in every area of everything. I'm probably going off the rails right now about it, but that's the concept, right? So if you nip your negative thoughts in the bud, then and reframe them over into the neutral or positive, that's going to be a lot better for you. That makes sense. Anybody in agreement with that? I'll be saying more positive for her. Good. And Scotty's saying, I got that for you. Good. Katie says, I fell victim to negative talk about someone yesterday, but today I take responsibility and choose to correct myself next time. Perfect. Okay, great. So go ahead and hydrate. Okay. Just going to go back and check into our brain. It feels good. So let's go ahead and start taking. I'm loving how we're doing these little cords, these connective cords of energy, and how they're cording is the wrong word, how they are connecting up and weaving up and helping us with our grounding. So we're going to do that again. Hi, Nina. How are you doing? Struggling to find something to focus on. Everything is swirling in my mind. Don't feel grounded. To-dos. Yes. Scotty says, catch the negative as it comes. Perfect. Sorry, when I see your guys' comment, I don't always know what I just said when you wrote it. Bobby says, more time out in the woods to disconnect the wasted time with worry. Yeah. And yeah, that's another thing right now too, is the being out in nature, you know, is a great thing for us right now. So, okay, let's finish doing our release. Sorry, I'm got hot, so I'm taking my socks off. You guys probably don't care about that. Okay. All right, so let's have these weave, and we're going to come down through our crown chakra and down our whole body, out our feet, like we do all the time. So, okay, here we go. We're weaving our black tourmaline and our amethyst. A couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Our brains feel good, by the way. That's all been released, I'm told. So good job, everybody, for being open to that releasing. All right. So as soon as I saw it hit our throat, this energy branched off into multiple strands, I guess I'll call it, that are now just going through our whole body. So it was a different than just seeing it, you know, go all the way down the body. It was like it just zapped out and went everywhere at once. So we're going down the bottom of the feet now, and the tailbone too. Those three seem to connect now. So out the tailbone, down the bottom of the feet, out the bottom of the feet, into the earth's core. And it's happening really fast. I'm just seeing it, you know, zip down to the bottom. Now it's starting to come back up, bringing the earth's core, grounding energy with it, up through the bottom of your feet, connecting up to your tailbone, and up the rest of your body. Always goes down your arms and out your fingertips, and then up and out the top of your head. I'm actually seeing more black tourmaline in the weave than the amethyst today. So for whatever that's worth, we needed more grounding. We needed to dispel the negative a little bit more, but we did a lot with the brain, with the amethyst, so it kind of evens out. Okay, great. How's everybody feeling? I kind of just got a surge of grounding energy, and notice my voice is back. Isn't that interesting? So there was a clearing happening for me there. All right, so let's start moving into what we want to manifest. So let's think about our intentions and start, if you want to drop down in the comments what you're working on for this week, what you're wanting to put out there for the universe to bring to you, for you to connect up with. It's a frequency thing. It's a vibration thing. So I think we're actually going to play with that a little bit today and work on, I mean, that's what the zap is anyway, is getting that vibration matched with your intention. But I'm just hearing that. So Cheryl is light and tingly. I'm probably seeing a big banyan tree. Cool. And Cheryl says throat chakra more open for me too. It's like super clear now. Isn't that interesting? Okay, Nina says I feel better. Definitely just help me feel grounded. Good. So I know you're not asking, Nina, but if you want a quick little vibe. So for you, I'm seeing really small chunks of things. So the one thing I'm hearing for you is to get yourself into a bit of a routine, some kind of a routine to help you feel like you are doing something every day. Like if you feel like you need to do something every day, maybe you don't. So just honor your process, honor your downtime. This actually goes for everybody. but specifically for you, Nina, I'm getting like 3 things. Just put 3 things on your to-do list and write it the night before, but check in the morning and say, do these still feel good to me? And then just do those 3 things. And if you feel energized by doing them and want to do more, then not yet. Then don't do more yet. Then you reward yourself. For you, I really get the sense, Nina, it needs to be like real small baby steps. Esther's feeling calm and she's working on abundance and prosperity. Lena's working on financial abundance. Katie's inviting more consciousness. Cool. Gay is working on flow in life and writing. Bobby is doing healthy sustenance for family, friends, and pets. Cool. Hi, Trisha. You're focusing on what I can control rather than things I can't change. That's a good one. Cheryl's saying transformation in sync with true self. Ooh, big, beautiful, big, juicy, beautiful changes on horizon. Ask that I approach it with grace, inner truth, and boldly. Okay, cool. All right, let's get going on this. We're still using these, by the way. We are still using these. So let's see how we're going to do it. Okay, so let's connect in with our intention. And you've just told us, and we've just put it all out there for the group. So we've got group consciousness helping us. Now let's start our zap. So let's ignite these babies. All right. So they're showing me it a little bit of a different way. So we're actually really connecting in to make sure the frequency, I mean, this is kind of what we did in the past when we would make sure you were aligned with it. So it's kind of a different play on that. Working on the alignment piece and making sure your frequency is aligned, matching, and the same, right, with what you're wanting to create. That's how we create. We have like attracts like, right? So we have a matching energy or frequency or vibration for something, so then it can connect up. So let's see. I think it's just different words. It's the same process, but they're saying it's coming through a different way. So somebody needed to hear it that different way today. So there you go. All right. Let's see, a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're actually getting some, well, let's see how this goes. Getting some infusion of the amethyst into our intentions. So I find that really cool and interesting. So we're zapping it up with amethyst. And I'm hearing that it's giving it, I know amethyst isn't necessarily grounding, but I do feel like it's spiritually grounding and uplifting. So that's kind of the sense I'm getting, is that it's really grounding in the frequency match or alignment of what we're doing. Okay, that's the words I'm hearing. So let's see. So I'm seeing sparks coming out now. It's like it's igniting, right? Okay. It was ready to go. So there was a physical, well, energetic reaction to it. That was kind of cool, actually. Different than we've done before. So how's everybody feeling? Is anybody seeing or feeling any of this? Tell me what you're sensing and getting for it. It's a lot different than we've done in the past. So that's why I'm bringing it up. And it's time, you guys, it's time. Next time I'll have a better commercial break planned. Here we go. So tell me about this new background. Is it too dark or do we like it? All right, let's see. Okay, I'm continuing on now with the Zap It Up. We are expanding this now, expanding our intentions. Very nice. I am really getting a lot of emphasis on the frequency and the vibration and the matching of that, you guys. So I'll be really curious to get some feedback next week of how you felt about this intention, if you looked at things differently, if some weird, not weird, but different things that were along the lines of your intention happened. I'm just getting the real sense that there's really something to this matching it up in alignment this time. Okay, Scotty's physically healing better. Good. Bobby says feeling birth. Oops. No, I can't. Hold on, I gotta find you guys. Gotta find my comments. Feeling birth, cool. Pushing out a new baby between my thighs. Faye says feeling energy tingling, cool. Scotty likes, I think the new background is what you're answering to. Background is nice. Okay, good. Glad you guys are liking it. Nina says you were bang on with the tiny baby steps. That feels good. Talking into my higher power and tapping into earth energy on my downtime. Good. Yeah, I think that earth energy for you will be really good, Nina, for the grounding. Make sure you ground every day or even twice a day, I'm hearing for you. And for now, I am hearing that even when you feel like you can do more, don't do more. Maybe you can plan for the next day what you want to do, but I don't know. I'm hearing at least for 1 week to not. I think you're going to be building up from those baby steps. That's what it feels like to me. So take it easy. And I think this is actually one thing my girlfriend reminds me of. You know, I feel like we're in this downtime for a reason. So she's reminding me like there is a lot going on behind the scenes. So even when you feel like you're not, there are things going on. So, I mean, I've just had a huge move. So I have to allow myself some grace and some time to adjust, right? I already know that I physically and energetically take time to like acclimate and recalibrate to my surroundings, right? So just be gentle with yourself is the message. Be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to not do like you were doing before. It's okay. That's what this time is for. I really get the sense of that. Ina says, right now I feel connected. Good. Bobby says, yes, my actions need to match it up. Too much party. I need to focus on organic gardening and kitchen time. Yeah. There was something else I wanted to say about what I was just saying. What was it? A couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth for me. See if it comes back. Oh, I wanted to do just a little acknowledgement of Pluto Retrograde that started yesterday, I think. So Pluto, we've got it for 5 months, so till October something. And Pluto's all about like shadow work, inner work, right? So if you're feeling a little bit more introspective or noticing old wounds, it's not like Chiron, but like old wounds and healing, I think there will be healing. It's a healing time for this, okay? So we're going to do a Pluto retrograde healing, of course. So stay tuned for that. But I just want to acknowledge and give you permission. I'm giving you permission, you know, to have downtime and to take the load off yourself and not have to do too much and show up for yourself instead of everybody else. And maybe that's easier to do right now because, you know, we are mostly just with ourselves or close, you know, people close to us. So how does that feel to you? I don't know. I feel like somebody needed to hear it that way, to get that permission, like to have that permission from somebody that downtime is okay. So let me know if that's you, if you feel like it, but otherwise I am talking to you. So just keep that in mind. Katie says I'm turning more to my internal messages, and that's huge right now. I feel like everybody's intuition could be totally perking up right now, igniting and expanding, because if you are tuning in and you are getting used to, you know, yourself again without all the busyness, I think you're really going to be learning some things about yourself as well as developing your gifts. That's huge. Yes, thank you for saying that. Scotty says that has been happening to me, and I've been seeing shadows but not feeling in a negative way. Yeah. And here's the thing, I don't actually really like the term shadow work. It doesn't resonate for me, but like, I don't even know what I would call it. And here I am on the spot talking about it without my own little coined phrase. But, you know, how about just self-progression, or, you know, getting over yourself to some degree, right? Getting over the stuff that's always holding you back or holding you down, issues, past experiences, hurts, pains, patterns. That's a big one, right? So we'll do that in the Pluto retro healing. We'll do a pattern unraveling. Okay. So Trisha says, definitely me. I've been stressed about being unemployed. Yeah. And I didn't actually even know that it happened to you, Trisha, until I saw your post in the group. So I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize. And for those, so my little hit actually for you, Trisha, is like, I know you already have your some side businesses, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of us, and you especially, because I'm talking to you right now, but if you haven't already thought about how you could do your own business, or you know, work online, or do something, I just feel like, I've said this multiple times in the lives, like I just feel like the energy right now is so strong and supportive of us doing our own thing if we aren't already, and or doing like jobs that we love in a different way. I think, I feel, this is my vibe, I do feel like there's opportunity coming from this situation where we will be able to step into a new way down the road, like when all the doors are open, we're out of isolation, etc. Right? I do feel like there are things we can put in place now that will make our life better or different and more the way we want it in the future, in the near future, I'll add. Scotty's saying like seeing without seeing. Well, and I think, I mean, I really feel like there's a way to know. Now my voice is going again. There's a way to know about what's going on without feeling, you know, all the emotional triggers of it, say. And that's the best indicator of when you know you're not, when you're over something, when you're emotionally over something, if it's, you know, a bad situation or experience or very hurtful or whatever. I remember talking to, like, you know, when I was married, gosh, 25, you know, years ago, it's like, you know, I can talk about those relationships and it's like, I'm telling you about my friend. It doesn't even feel like I'm talking about me. So that's the kind of indicator, like when you're not talking about the story or the situation anymore, or when you're not feeling anything about it, when it literally feels like you're talking about someone else, even though you're very aware of all the details of it, but there's no charge to it. There's no emotional charge to it. He says, I've been doing the downtime and 2 days ago started receiving a lot of breakthroughs in all areas of my life. Very cool. And that's what's going to happen for all of us. We just take that extra time to tune in a little bit. Nina says, yes, the energy right now is perfect for exploring our passions and how we can shift into living from passion. Yes, and honoring our values can be viewed as such a gift. Gay says, yes, a new way. I've started dictating my writing into Word. Oh my gosh, I love that. Which makes the flow of thoughts quicker to get onto paper. It just came to me yesterday. It works great. Yes. Get a huge yes for you for that. You'll have to tell me how that works. That's interesting. I can usually type as fast as I think, but but talking's so much different. Interesting. I like that. Okay, let's finish up. We weren't done yet. We have one more step to go. One more thing, we're going to expand, or we're going to magnify this now, you guys. Pardon. Okay. So let's take a couple deep breaths. And I don't have one handy enough right now, but we're actually going to pull in some clear quartz crystal infusion for this to activate, to really, activate's not the word I want. We are going to activate it though, but I'm really blanking. It's like a tuning. We're going to charge. We're going to, I'm like, what are we doing? We are charging our intention with a clear quartz crystal. So whatever your intention was, we're infusing that into this clear quartz crystal energy that's then going out to magnify this intention. So we've done a lot of frequency and alignment stuff today, and now we're expanding this a little bit to use the crystal to magnify it even more. So did you know that you can take any crystal and charge it? You can set an intention with any crystal that you want. And so clear quartz is a great manifesting crystal, and it's clear. So I'm just picturing one of those. I'm calling in the properties and energy of a clear quartz, okay? And I'm picturing my clear quartz that is like a wand. I used it, I don't know, a time or two ago. So if you remember what that looks like, great. If not, it just has a little point on the end so I can direct the energy. Now, so the clear quartz has actually given all of our third eyes a little zap. So you may be feeling even more, it's kind of igniting, like you were talking about, Katie, igniting that intuition even more. So if you want to accept that and have your intuition open, your third eye opening more than it maybe already is, you've gotten a little clear quartz zap. That wasn't me, that just was what I saw happening, which is pretty cool. So a lot of different things have happened today. So, all right. Okay, Kate, Kathy, sorry you couldn't concentrate. You can always watch the replay when you have a quiet moment. All right. So I just kind of picked up this black tourmaline, so we're needing that a little bit, so to kind of ground this whole process we just went through. So a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Yeah. Feels complete to me. How's everybody feeling now? Yeah, that was good. I liked all the different things that popped up to help us. That was really neat. We've got people helping us. Don't you worry, you guys. Cool. So I will open it up for a few minutes of psychic readings, about 5 minutes of psychic readings if anyone is interested, unless you have a report on how you're feeling after our zap, our release and zap. I'm really liking our release, doing our release first, but let me know if it's feeling too long for you guys, because we can maybe do that a different day. Katie feels great. Put on clear quartz on my third eye. Perfect. And I know you've got your stones to work for. Yeah, Scotty, so do you have a question? Ask a question if you want some guidance on something. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you hydrate. Now my voice is normal again. Alrighty. I don't see any questions coming in yet. Oh, here we go. Esther's feeling good. Good feelings are amplified. Good. Well, Esther, you've actually made a good shift because you were, I don't want to say frustrated, but last week or the week before, you weren't able to go out to the market and stuff. So it feels like you were feeling kind of trapped, if I recall. Bobby says, check in with my guides. An old enemy was extinguished in my life and I feel free. Yes, you are. And the one message I get from that is, you're just not resonating with this people anymore. And that's going to happen more and more, I think, as we move forward from here. I've lost 3 friends in the last couple months, and broken up with, I guess I should say, or just fizzled out. So there's definitely, now is the time for when you're not resonating anymore. It's happening. So the message there for Bobby is, for you is, I mean, I do sense the joy of that. And I also feel like you'll be able to recognize what isn't flowing or working anymore. Okay, put the clear quartz and amethyst on your head. Nice. Oh, awesome. Adi, what exactly is your question? You just said connection with guides. I don't understand what that means. The more specific, the better, because this isn't like, a half-hour reading with just you and me. So the more you tell me up front, the faster, answer I can give. Tina says, this is such a strange question, but every time I think of heading outside, I'm stopped by a sense I'm being watched with negative energy attachment to that judgment. I'm not getting the sense there's an actual spirit out there. Are you having any like agoraphobic type stuff where you don't want to go outside? That's the only thing I'm getting on that. Katie, do you see anything I can do online? I'm wanting out of massage work until things calm down with the virus. Yes, Katie, I just took a boot camp on print on demand, and I think I was totally thinking about you the whole time going, that is something that you could do. It's like making mugs or t-shirts or something. I do see you doing something like that, and I see you doing, your stuff you're already doing, but just doing more of it. So maybe put more focus on your bath bombs and your jewelry and whatnot. I think for you too is like finding the best place to sell it, along with, more advertising with it in a good way. Esther's got fresh vegetables now, so she's happy. Good. Cheryl says, I've been clearing out people too, still feeling a bit blocked as in not seeing something fully. Yeah. I don't know if that's your question, Cheryl, but I'm just tuning in a little bit to see what I'm getting on that. I feel like there's still more people to go. I think that's what's not coming. I don't know if I'm kind of getting the sense you don't want to admit it with a few people, but I know I've been struggling with that myself, where now that I've kind of actually vocalized it, I'm like, oh no. So, but what I've realized for my situations is they are making a choice. Because I actually tried to talk to one friend about, to work out the problem. I'm like, there's actually a choice being made on both sides here. Mine was to do something different and try to talk about the problems, and then the reaction is to ignore me. So, that's a lot of good information for me. So I don't know. I feel like I know what you mean about something's missing. It's that you're not seeing something fully. It's not coming to you yet. So if you want that energy unraveled so that you see it fully, I just sent you a little bit so you can accept it if you want. Scotty's hearing clear. You want to hear clearer? So Scotty, I'm assuming that's what you're wanting. So Scotty, or anybody who wants this, I'm going to go ahead and send a little zap to your clear audience. So I'm actually seeing, you know, energy, you know, how in the cartoons they've got the smoke coming out of, you know, people's ears. So that's kind of how it's working energetically, is seeing that, I'm seeing that release. And the rototiller is showing up again. So it's rototilling up what's inside your ear, not any of the important parts, maybe the earwax, haha. But we're releasing, we're getting that stirred up, and now it can come out. Okay, that's fun. The rototiller is fun. I'm really digging on that one. You guys have probably been in the healings where I pull out the power washer, like literally like an energetic power washer. So so Nina, you say, how can let that go? Sorry, what did I say to you? Oh, the negative. Oh, that's right. So let's see. I'm like, the possible, yeah, I don't know. So Nina, there's a part of you that feels like, or maybe I think this applies for other people as well. So thank you for bringing this up. So it goes back to what I talked about in the beginning about the spiral thinking and the negative thinking. So there's something, I would get in touch with what you're saying to yourself about why you can or can't go outside. And I feel like it's a fear, like, I don't want to catch this, right? So start shifting that and start focusing on the health that you have, or how strong. Like, I never get sick. My immune system's so strong, you know, I can beat anything. So you're shifting that, you're reframing that negative. And I don't think that anybody, well, it feels kind of like it's back to the collective energy, or maybe somebody you've been talking to for you, Nina, but it's like, it just feels like there's been a decision that it's safer inside. So I don't know what your living situation is like, if you're not even going to take a walk down the neighborhood or in your backyard. So work with that again, with the baby steps of, you know, maybe it's just that you walk your property. There's something about reframing it though, and letting it go. Well, you just asked how to let that go. So you let that go by acknowledging it. First of all, you're acknowledging it, and then you're going to reframe it to something positive, even if it doesn't make sense, or even if it doesn't feel right, but try to find something that feels right to you. If you're one of those people that that don't ever usually get sick when everyone around you is sick, then that's your thing, right? But I never get sick. Lena says, I read a horoscope of my son, and there's no way a horoscope would say that. Was it a vision? Oh, did I miss something you said earlier? Or are you just saying in general? I'll just assume was it a vision? It said he would raise his child alone. I'm getting a neutral on that. I'm getting a no to it was a vision, and when I ask if he's raising his child alone, I get neutral. So that could mean there's some energetic things going on in his relationship that they're deciding on. I'm not getting a yes or a no for that. But I do get a sense that the horoscope could be true, but I mean, your son and his partner have their choices, right? Nina says, yes, I feel agoraphobic. Okay. Thank you, Bobby. Thanks for coming. Yep, sure, Nina. I'm happy to have a session with you. Scotty says, I think I need to work on texting out full sentences. Yes, Scotty, please do. The more, the better. You're welcome, Katie. I'm still learning my computer marketing. It's not my wheelhouse. Yes, I hear you. Hi, Gay. Thank you. Cheryl says yes, and good point. Choices on both sides. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Kathy says, what can I do to keep myself upbeat? Again, with the thoughts. So if you didn't see the first part of this, Kathy, I talked all about our brains spinning, because we did a huge, oh yes, watch the first like 20 minutes of this, Kathy, because we talked about watching our thoughts, and we did a brain healing. We did a brain release. So that'll help you too. is what I would suggest. It all goes back to, you know, what we're talking about in our self-talk, okay? What we're saying to ourselves. So you first have to notice what your patterns are with your self-talk. So you have to know what you are saying in order to then change it, okay? So that will be your goal for this week, and we can check in on it next week to see, did you notice, like, what are your themes? What are your patterns? What is the way, what are you saying to yourself? Yeah. You're welcome, Cheryl. You're welcome, Scotty. Someone told me I have a white aura, says Estha. Is it true? It was true when they said that, yes. Our auras actually change. Our auras can change. They're changing all the time. So I get a yes, it's true. I feel like it's more pink right now and red. So, you know, red is chi and personal power, first root chakra. Pink can be heart chakra. That's green too, but I have pink. I like pink. I'm wearing pink. So you guys are so welcome. Thank you so much for joining, and just keep doing what you're doing. And, you know, if you need another little reminder just about the brain, you know, just start noticing. Doesn't take much effort to start noticing what you're saying, what you're doing. Nina says, I got it. I was looking at going outside as a way to get connection. It's a feeling of neediness, and I think that attracts the overall collective fear and judgment of people not staying home. My shift is that I go outside to be radiant, to radiate love, which will shift the collective energy around me. I love that. Yep, feels much more fulfilling, and I will get what I need. I will tap into the earth energy and share it. I feel clear. Thank you. Oh, good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That feels really spot on to me, too. What a great discovery you just had, Nina. Yay. Awesome. Good. Okay. You're welcome, Estha. All right, darlings, I will keep roaring. Keep your roar on and up. And I will see you for sure next week. But I think we're going to do the the Pluto retrograde this week, okay? All righty. See you next time.